Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to the Surviving Economic Collapse blog. Today I just wanted to give everyone a little gardening update on my little self-sufficiency food garden. So it's been a couple of weeks, and let's take a look. So the first thing that I just wanted to show is the compost bins. And here you'll see there are two bins here. One that I'm basically brewing active compost, and the other the compost for next year. So you see, basically we take our food scraps, put it into these bins, they get converted into compost, which is then converted into food that we have over here. Alright, so let's go and take a look. Okay, so here you can see that the carrots and the garlic is doing very, very well. They're actually becoming very large. See how big they're getting. Oh, look at that. This is really awesome. Look at the carrots here. This is almost ready to be harvested. A couple of the onions are almost ready. You can see that they're beginning to bulb out. Hugely thick stems, getting just about ready. The peas have been growing pretty quickly, and I've been putting in kind of like strings as a sort of scaffolding. And what basically happens is that the peas, they launch onto the scaffolding strings and they grab onto them, and it gives them sort of like the leverage to pull themselves upwards. Now we want these peas to grow as quickly as possible to give us, as many little peas as possible. Alright, let's keep going. So over here, notice I planted a couple little peppers here and there. I'm not sure how they're gonna do, but peppers are always good to have. And the summer squash. Notice the mulch around this summer squash. It keeps the moisture in the ground until these little guys have time to be established. Now here you see how earth that hasn't been mulched, they have all these little weeds and such growing through them. Some more green onions. These two are just about ready. Maybe another week and a half before we harvest it. Alright, let's check out the tomatoes. So here, the tomatoes have been growing to a large extent. Look at that. Huge amount of tomatoes. They're at this point just about a little bit over a foot tall. I haven't tied them to the stakes yet because they don't need it. But as they get a little bit bigger, what's going to end up happening is that we'll have to tie it to the stakes so that it doesn't become so heavy that it falls over. Alright, here we go. Okay, let's move on to the garlic. Garlic is growing very nicely. In fact, it's growing so nicely that it kind of reminds me of a dense little jungle. I've put sweet corn in between the garlic. They're kind of like hybrids. We'll see how well they grow. Still, it's not time to harvest it yet. Harvesting of garlic should happen around July, and we'll revisit then. Finally, the potatoes. As you can see, they've grown to a massive size, 6 hills of potatoes with green onions interspersed between them. And, this has been growing very well, but what I need to do is I have to hill it up some more. You see these little hills? All the potatoes will grow inside of the hills. So you make the hills bigger, you get more potatoes out of it. Alright, so that's pretty much it, guys. Garden's doing very, very well. Still not getting any food out of it yet, but hopefully within a week or so we'll begin getting some initial edibles out of it. Thanks a lot, guys, and peace out.